Hi, I'm back. Cut me off at 14 minutes and 59 seconds. So, I will continue from where I left off. It's now just after 12. It seems to have calmed down a bit. I think I'll talk to them around 12:30. I am a hag. I just like my sleep, I mean, even though it's never refreshing. I should have planned to go out tonight. I would have if I'd known. So anyway, back to something called cannabidiol, this compound in marijuana. So yeah, actually, especially where I live, the pod here is supposedly the most potent, I think, in all of the world. And there's a whole bunch of things I could talk about. They are okay. Well, let me continue from where I left off. So yeah, there's no legal way for me in my country to get a hold of this cannabidiol. The only way for me to do it would be to get a license to grow it and consume it. And we do have a medical marijuana law here, which I did look into briefly. And there's sort of two categories, two ways you can get a license to grow and consume marijuana for medical purposes. And the first one is all about pain management. And the other one is sort of a category which is very non-specific. And it basically says if other available medications have failed to treat the symptoms of an illness, marijuana can be prescribed if it is already known to be effective. But how are you supposed to know that it's effective for your illness? I mean, I know for some people they do use it for bipolar, but the only way you would know that is by consuming it illegally. So, like, what am I supposed to do? There is a seed bank here, close to where I live, and I've contacted them, and they said they will sell them to me. And I guess it's not illegal to sell seeds to grow, but it's illegal to grow and consume. So I can buy them and they can sell them to me, but I'm not supposed to grow or consume. But it's also hard because I live in a rental and I don't want somebody to look in the window and see pot plants growing. But it would actually be a particular strain of hemp, and this particular strain, it has almost no THC and very high levels of cannabidiol. And I mean, if I was to grow it, I don't know anything about marijuana. I don't know what parts to consume. I would have to look into that. I think maybe the buds have the most cannabidiol. I don't know about the leaves. I'm not sure. I don't really know any. And they said something about getting rid of the male plants. And anyway, I'd go down there and talk to them about it. And you can order them online, but I think I need to talk to them about it. But yeah, I mean, it's illegal to grow, and of course I don't want to get caught growing marijuana. You know, it looks so horrible. Especially if my landlord saw it. You know, how could I ever explain to her this isn't, you know, for smoking to get high off the THC, you know, it's for something called cannabidiol for my depersonalization disorder, which was actually induced by marijuana. How crazy does that sound? To somebody that doesn't know much about it. So, I don't know what to do. I mean, I can look into getting a license, but I'm not sure what doctor would prescribe it to me, and you know, no one's going to want to be liable for what happens to me if it's you know, they're going to be held liable unless, I don't know, they can sign some waiver, or if they can just take my word for it that you know, if anything bad happens, I won't sue them or something. I'm not sure. It just sounds like a big legal mess, potentially, and I I don't want anything bad to happen, and I'm not really sure how I'd go about it. Like, I would just absolutely have no idea how much to consume, and I don't even think that my psychiatrist, the one I mentioned earlier, who's studying the use of cannabidiol for bipolar, I don't even think he would know, because I think that he gets cannabidiol, like just the compound itself, probably in capsule form or pill form or whatever, for his studies. And I did actually email him a week ago now saying, I need to get a hold of this cannabidiol, can you offer any direction, blah blah blah, anything you tell me is completely confidential. And I haven't had a reply from him, and he's usually good at replying. He usually just says, make an appointment and we'll talk about it, but I haven't had any kind of reply. I guess he's probably quite hesitant to reply because he has to be careful about what he says. So yeah, isn't that kind of odd that, well, now you know about it, but to some people it probably sounds odd that, the very plant that caused all my problems could actually be the solution. And I remember when I was in Mexico, and there were signs on certain trees, and they said, don't touch these trees. And then the guy said, well, if you touch them, it's okay, because the antidote to the poison in the plant is right here in this other plant. And I don't know, it just seems like we've messed with nature to a point that what we've produced, this sort of altered form of marijuana with very, very high levels of THC and low levels of cannabidiol, can be dangerous to some people. Some of the other benefits of cannabidiol, or I think it's cannabidiol, it actually can slow and stop and even reverse the growth of tumor cells, and that's just absolutely amazing to me. So somebody's drumming upstairs. Oh gosh. I think that's all I have to say about cannabidiol right now. There's a possibility that you might be able to get a hold of it in your country. I'm not sure. I know I can't hear, but I'm definitely going to look into it some more and look into getting a license to grow it. And I looked around my house, and I was on my suite, and I was thinking, like, where could I put it that would get enough sunlight that no one would see it? And yeah, I don't know. I just know that I have to try it, because what if this is a huge part of my solution? I guess my theory that I'm going on with this is that the THC was very high, the cannabidiol very low, and because I had a genetic predisposition, all these problems were triggered. And there's no doubt in my mind that it was the marijuana. And it was like light and day. One day I was fine, the next day I wasn't. And if anybody has any advice on how to get a hold of some cannabidiol, I don't want to ask anybody to illegally ship it to me, because that wouldn't be good. I guess that's it for now. It's about 12:15. I'm gonna lie down on my bed with my dog, close my eyes, and see what happens. And if it goes on any longer, I'm gonna go up there and ask them to be quiet. I did actually call the local police non-emergency number, just out of curiosity, to see what the noise bylaw is here. And I said, so what time? And she stopped me right away and said, there is no particular time that people have to be quiet by. Could be 2 p.m. in the afternoon. If something's bothering you, you let us know. And I said, oh, okay, thanks. And she said, oh, you're welcome, dear. Just give us a call. So that was really nice. And now I know that. And yeah, hopefully I can go to bed. And well, at least I have my modafinil to give me a little kickstart in the morning if I don't sleep much. It really does help. Anyway, there's a lot of other things I'd like to talk about. And yeah, if you guys have any advice, comments, your perspectives on what I've talked about, whether you agree or disagree. Any kind of rude, sort of abusive comments, I'll just delete, so don't even bother posting anything like that. If you have a point to make and you're angry or upset or whatever, just say it nicely, and your point will be taken and it won't be deleted. So I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, take care.